Stop Churro Cart is back at EPCOT covering the 2025 Flower and Garden Festival.
We're spending the next 2 days exploring the festival booths, the live entertainments, and of course, the topiaries.
So don't be surprised if you see some wardrobe changes along the way.
Our goal is to give you the most complete experience to this year's Flower and Garden Festival. Let's get started. Our first booth this morning is BrunchCot, but we're actually hanging out in the Odyssey building just because tables and seating, well, not seating, but tables a little limited over by BrunchCot, so we came over here real quick.
Yeah.
So from BrunchCot, we ordered the biscuits and gravy, which features impossible sausage and includes pepper jelly, fried cinnamon roll bites with cream cheese frosting and candied bacon. We also have the fruit cereal shake, which is vanilla soft serve and fruit flavored breakfast cereal. Looks like Fruit Loops. This is a non-alcoholic beverage.
I'll be super honest, this is not my booth. I am not a breakfast eater by any stretch of the imagination. I am not a big sausage person. Like, on a good day, I'm not a big sausage person. Like, I'll eat chicken sausage every now and then. I thought maybe because this was Impossible meat, I would be able to, like, eat it and be like, oh yeah, it's not real meat anyway. Impossible meat is getting better and better at tasting a heck of a lot like real meat. That tasted like sausage, and so it just wasn't my jam. The cinnamon bites themselves were fine, and I just feel like the cream cheese is a little too sweet. So it was just a lot of sugar for like right away in the morning.
My opinion's a little different on the booth. I liked it, although I don't know that this is a must stop at. The cinnamon bites for me were just kind of a different take on a cinnamon roll. They actually reminded me of Christmas morning because that just happened to be when I would always have cinnamon rolls. So they were nice. I didn't feel like the candied bacon really elevated them all that much. This cereal shake is interesting. So looking at the pink shake itself, it almost suggests like it would be strawberry, but it's vanilla. I do like the little Fruit Loops added onto it. It's fun. However, this is a lot of shake. If you want to eat at multiple food booths, I wouldn't suggest finishing that. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think the booth is strong. It seems like a lot of people are liking BrunchCot because that line is consistently longer. But for me and my preference, I don't know that it's a must stop at. We'll see as the day progresses on.
Take this moment to bring you our tray. Look at how cute it is. Okay, so this was an idea we got from All Ears. I'm sure there are other influencers who do this, but this has been a lifesaver already. We've only been to one booth. So it's like this little tiny tray that we can stick into our backpack, and then we can stick all of our things that we order if we get a lot of stuff at a booth on it. And then, like, we've all been in a cafeteria before, you carry it to your table, but it's so cute and tiny, and I love it, and I just wanted to highlight that we have a tray.
Just a quick tip again, we are utilizing the gift card method. You can go check out our Festival of the Arts and our Food and Wine Festival videos where we talk more in depth about that, but we're actually getting kind of a nice little collection of these gift cards. Definitely helps you so you're not swiping your card as much. It also helps you in budgeting as well.
So from the China booth this year, we've gotten the beef bao bun and the veggie dumplings. And so the beef bao bun is filled with a pan-fried beef, red onion, and jalapeno in a peanut sauce, and then the vegetable dumplings are filled with a ton of different veggies. Everything looks really good, so we're gonna dig in. They were excellent. I'm glad they were on our maybe list, and I was like, yeah, we're here, it's early, let's grab them. I'm really glad we grabbed them because they were super good. Like, they had like bok choy and ginger and a ton of stuff in there. I thoroughly enjoyed these. I feel like the China Pavilion is kind of like people sleep on it. It's a sleeper booth because I feel like every time we come we're like, oh, it's really good, but then we were like, but Mexico is better, or but this one's better. But I feel like China's always consistently good. I'm always a fan of this booth.
To talk about the beef bao bun, I thought it was pretty good. It was almost like China's take on a taco, which I know probably sounds a little weird, but just the way it's presented and the way that the bao bun is folded over, that's just kind of what it feels like when you're eating it. The beef was fairly nice, packed loaded with flavor. There were some onions in there, which just kind of added a little bit more to it. The bun was nice. It was very soft. It was super, super tasty. Agreeing to Anne's point, China is a very consistent booth. Freshman Outpost is going to bring me my must-get item for day 2. First off, where's Refreshment Outpost located?
So it's not technically a country, but it's African-inspired food, and it is between Germany, yes,
Germany.
Germany and China.
Yeah.
Clearly I know where this one is. We walk past it every time because it's kind of just known for Dole Whip, and I'm like, oh well, I typically have had a couple Dole Whips by the time I get to Refreshment Outpost, so we just normally skip it.
So, Jamaican beef patty. It features impossible beef, and it has spicy papaya syrup. I've heard that this one is really spicy, so I'm really excited to dig in.
Oh, it is?
Biting into the patty itself, all the spice was loaded into the papaya syrup. It started out sweet, and then the kick definitely came. It was definitely a little bit more elevated than your typical Disney spice. I don't know that I could recommend this for somebody who isn't so into spicy foods.
Sorry guys, I couldn't.
I mean, I think you would have been fine, but I think you would have said, oh yeah, that's got a kick to it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like gonna light you on fire, but you know, to each their own, I guess. Talking about the beef tasted like the real thing. Impossible beef, it was plant-based, but you know what? It had the tanginess. There is like a word that starts with S that I cannot figure out.
Savory.
Yes, thank you. The beef was very savory.
This is why we're a team.
Yeah, she helps me out especially when I need it. From our friends in Germany, we have the warm cheese strudel with... Okay, so from the Germany booth, we have the warm cheese strudel with berry compote, and then we also got the toasted pretzel bread topped with black forest ham and melted cheese.
Then we got the Steigl Brewery raspberry wrap.
Okay, Germany booth, we have to talk about that.
It was so good.
That was a really good booth. I did the pretzel bread, and that thing was packed with flavor. The cheese was melted beautifully, the ham was really nice, the pretzel was warm and super soft. Everything about it was perfect. So tasty, so good. That one almost makes me want to go all the way back to Germany, wait in the line again, and get another one.
And then I got the cheese strudel with berry compote. And this was like a cheesecake consistency. I'm not a big cheesecake fan, but I really liked this one a lot. I thought it was really good. It was just kind of like a warm cheesecake with berries. The berries were everything that I kind of wanted the berries yesterday at our Plaza restaurant experience to be, and these were so good. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then we got the raspberry radler, which was an excellent beer.
Super smooth going down. It almost was more like a raspberry cider, but it just, if you're not a beer drinker, this is a very safe beer for you to enjoy.
Yeah.
It's, personally for me, it's been a minute since I've had a beer, just because I'm more into mixology, but either way, it was really, really refreshing and very crisp, so definitely recommend getting the raspberry radler.
We stopped by the Italy booth and we grabbed two things. So we grabbed the chocolate dirt cannoli, which is a cannoli shell filled with cookies and cream, cannoli cream filling. And then it's got like what I'm assuming are crushed up bits of cookie, and then a gummy worm, which I find, interesting. And then the Italian inspired blood orange margarita, which is tequila, triple sec, and blood orange liqueur.
All right, I'm gonna start with this blood orange margarita. Cheers. That's pretty refreshing. It's very smooth. You should try that.
Ooh, that is really good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Am I in the shot still?
No, you're not.
All right.
Welcome
This
back.
tastes like something that I would get on a cruise.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we've got a cruise series. You should check it out if you haven't done it already. It takes me to the second night of our cruise where we have the formal dinner and they were handing out those free drinks. That drink that I had on that cruise was not alcoholic, but this kind of brings me back to that. It's very good. Let's do the cannoli.
I'm gonna have the worm.
If you guys are new to our channel and hates chocolate, it tastes like a cookie with too much frosting on it. It's not bad. I feel like Italy has been worse before. However, I don't feel like I can fairly say that because I got the cannoli and a margarita, you know? So it's not like we got any pasta or anything else that Italy is offering this year. Italy's known for the food going really, really, really cold very quickly, and that does really take an effect into the overall like feelings of the booth.
I'm glad we got the margarita.
Yeah,
The
same.
margarita's really good.
The margaritas were great. Let's talk about America because we have opinions.
Yes. So we got the spicy chicken gumbo, and then we also got the spiced rum cocktail. I'm a weenie when it comes to spice, and normally I can handle things that they say are spicy in Disney because it's not really actually spicy. This was actually pretty spicy. Took a bite of it and I went, no, I can't have any more of that. So if you're spice averse, this is gonna be a no-go. But the spiced rum cocktail, I really liked. It was a pre-mixed drink, so I didn't have high hopes. I thought it was really good. I didn't think it was overly sweet. I thought it had a good amount of the alcohol taste with the mixers. I just thought it was really good. Tyler and I are almost exactly the opposite.
Yeah, so for me, the cocktail was just a little too sweet. In terms of the gumbo, I love spice. If spice is gonna make me like runny nose, crying, sweating, all the stuff, I'm in heaven. I don't know if that's like a day-to-day sort of thing where some days it's a little spicier than others, but just be ready for that going with the gumbo. This is one of the most anticipated booths for me this year, just because it has the Jamaican jerk chicken. This is with pigeon pea rice, roasted sweet plantains, and cinnamon butter. I've heard a lot about this dish since a couple of weeks ago when the festival launched. I'm really excited to dig in. La Isla Fresca, easily. La Isla Fresca did not disappoint. The Jamaican jerk chicken, extravagant. The rice had a kick, had a lot of flavor. The blend with the beans was very nice. I loved the chicken itself. It was cooked beautifully. The only thing is, it is a little hard to eat, especially together, just because the chicken was a wing. If it was a thigh, it would have been a little easier.
It also had a plantain on it. If you're not a plantain person, you're not gonna like. Neither Tyler or I like plantains, so that was kind of a skip for us. But the rest of the dish was really good. Tyler asked me to say the stuff from France, so we got the gâteau chocolat, which is my super American way of saying that. Oh, that looks really chocolatey.
It's not for me.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, I thought for sure you'd like it.
I'm really bummed. Hold on.
Oh, I'm shocked. While he mulls over his new emotional crisis, I got the sparkling cantaloupe melon drink. I think that was a dumb way to say that. It's a melon drink. Cantaloupe is a melon. It's pretty good. I actually didn't think I was going to like it at all, and I really like it. You thought you were going to love yours, and you don't like it.
Yeah.
How funny.
I saw a review on this where the person said that she could take a bath in this chocolate, which does not sound like a pleasant experience at all. Just my opinion. You do you, boo.
Is it too chocolatey?
I think so.
I'll try it.
Oh gosh. All right. I'm gonna try yours while you do that.
Oh, that's really chocolatey. I'm not a chocolate person, so I wouldn't eat a lot of it, but it's a very, very, very dark chocolate. So if you are a milk chocolate eater, which means you like sweeter chocolate, you're not gonna like it. But if you truly like chocolate, which I actually like dark 80% cacao or darker chocolate, you're gonna like this. I don't like when chocolate's runny, but the cake part is really good. So I think this is for a true chocolate lover.
It's very rich. It's very thick, and it's I don't know. It's very heavy.
Welcome back to France.
Hi!
Thanks, previous Tyler and Ann.
So we've got La Vie en Rosé frozen slush, vodka, Grey Goose l'Orange, Saint Germain elderflower liqueur, and white and red cranberry juices. And then we also have the beignet. It's the caramel beignet, is how that is said. But it's caramelized beignet filled with vanilla cream and glazed with a caramel fleur de sel.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that day 2, Tyler and Ann enjoy France much more than
Yes.
day one. Let's talk about what we ordered here. So first, start us off with the slush, Em.
This is delicious. It's very light. It's incredibly refreshing. It is hot. It's hotter today than it was yesterday. And this is just kind of hitting the spot. It's very cooling. The elderflower is very present. I like elderflower, I'm learning. I didn't know that until this festival when I had wine earlier with the elderflower in it. And I'm having this with elderflower in it. Elderflower is the way to go.
Then there was the caramelized beignet. That was awesome. I loved that one. Very sweet. The caramel on top of the beignet itself was very complimentary. I loved the filling. It felt like an elevated donut. Do you have anything to add to it?
I thought it was excellent. I really liked this a lot. It was like an elevated donut, but it wasn't overly sweet. It just really hit the spot. It wasn't too sugary. So for me, it was definitely a 10 out of 10. I would definitely recommend stopping by the France booth and grabbing that particular item.
I got the liquid nitro honey mascarpone cheesecake. So I ate it without, there's a little blueberry compote on the side. I ate it without the blueberry compote and I thought it was the most disgusting thing I've ever had in my life. I almost gagged. And then I was like, well, we bought it. So I put a little blueberry on it, changed the flavoring entirely.
The consistency was not there.
You didn't like the consistency. I liked it once I put the blueberry compote. So my only critique is there's not enough blueberry compote to cut whatever it was when they don't have it that I didn't like. I wasn't about to sit there and eat something that I didn't like to figure out what is it about this that I don't like. I just ate it, went and then added blueberry to it. So that would be my big thing is I think it needs the blueberry compote in order for it to be, like, for me, eatable. For probably other people, the best thing they've ever had in their life. There's a lot of different things you can do at Flower and Garden, and one of them is ride Living with the Land. And that is all done up for Flower and Garden. So I love when they do stuff to this ride because it's one of my personal favorites. We went to Farmer's Feast and we are off of the early bloom menu, which is only available until April 5th, and then the menu does change. We got the blueberry crumble cake with blueberry lemon zest soft serve and blueberry compote. There was also like a blueberry cheesecake in there, which was delicious. I feel like the blueberry compote is coming in clutch. I loved the soft serve in this one. It wasn't too sweet. It was excellent.
First time in the history of Next Stop Tour Cart, and I guess our relationship, we are gonna buy out a booth. We're gonna order everything off the menu from this one.
Yay!
From Yacht Grub, we have the trio of dips and chips. They give you a bed of house-made potato chips. There is caviar included in the caramelized onion dip. There's also a whipped feta dip and then a pimento cheese dip as well. You have the meat assorti, which is, oh gosh, beef breazola? It's like beef prosciutto. Prosciutto ham and salami with baby arugula, pickled mustard seeds, tomato jam, truffle oil, and grilled ciabatta bread. And then there's the assorted artisanal cheeses and accompaniments. Now those usually come with crackers. The cheeses are kind of based on what's available. Today they ran out of crackers, so they gave us bread.
And then we got the flight of the different sparkling cocktails. So we have the elderflower sparkling cocktail, which is sparkling wine, club soda, and then elderflower liqueur. The lemon sparkling cocktail, which is the sparkling wine, the club soda, and then the limoncello liqueur, and then the orange sparkling cocktail, which is the sparkling wine, club soda, and then, I don't know how to say this, a liqueur, but it's an orange liqueur. I really, really enjoyed the elderflower the best. Tyler also really liked that one. He felt like it was super safe to approach. He's not a wine drinker, and he tried all three, and he liked them.
I tend to whine about my wine.
I really liked the elderflower, and then the lemon was my second favorite. The orange, I just felt like it was a little bitter. It wasn't my favorite. I'm still gonna drink it, but it just wasn't my fave as far as the three of them. But I think if you're coming and you like want to pick one, the elderflower was the safest, and I thought it had the most unique flavor, so it was just really yummy.
This booth is a really interesting one. For the meat assorti, I think this was my favorite piece of this menu, and that's kind of fitting because it's all the meat. I thought the beef, I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but whatever that beef was, super tasty. The other thing was the salami and then the prosciutto were also very fresh. I thought they were fun to kind of customize what you want to make with the bread. You know, put a little tomato jam on there. The tomato jam was the highlight on there for me. It was just like the perfect amount of sweetness.
It was on both plates, and it was the highlight of both plates, I think. So the cheese tray, there's brie on there.
There's what?
There's brie. I'm not saying it weird. There's brie. There was a cheddar. There was some sort of like either Havarti or Gouda. And then there was like a fourth mystery cheese that was kind of a stinkier cheese. But then there was a little thing, there was honeycomb on there. There was the tomato. All of it was delicious except for the stinky cheese. I don't eat brie, but Tyler does, and so he said it was brie, so it was fine. I think the cheese tray is gonna be harder to sell your kids on because it's not the cheeses that they're probably gonna know. So I think they can get away with the meats. The cheeses might be a little bit of a stretch, and then the dips.
Speaking of those dips, there was a lot to like here. First off, the house-made potato chips, delicious.
They were really
delicious on their own, and that obviously ruins the whole point because the idea is that you're meant to really go into these dips. Crazy to think that caviar, one of the most like high-class food items, is just included in a theme park.
Like the tiniest little amount.
It's not a ton.
Probably not high quality caviar, but still, you can come to a festival and say you had caviar at a theme park. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I think the two that I liked actually were the ones that didn't have the caviar on it. The caviar dip, which was the caramelized onion dip, was very good, but the pimento cheese had a ton of flavor and taste, and then I liked the whipped feta as well. Just really, really solid. Lots to like on this booth. All right, Honey Bistro. The menu is unbelievable. Honey. Okay, chicken and waffles, crispy chicken, and a sweet honey jalapeno bacon cornbread waffle with whipped honey butter and spicy honey. Stoked for that.
And then we've got the honey glazed cauliflower with honey roasted carrot puree, wild rice pilaf, spring vegetables, honey blistered grapes, and sunflower brittle.
Chicken and waffles was awesome. The chicken was loaded with flavor. The honey was very complimentary. Chicken was fried beautifully. The waffle was super fun with the cornbread. Definitely a fun take on it. I'm somebody who likes spice. She, not so much. Now, when they say there's spicy honey in there, it's got like a baby kick that I barely even feel. I don't know how bad it was for you, but I feel it's very safe.
You can taste it. You can taste it if you're not a heat person. You can taste it, but it's very doable. Like, I don't like spicy food at all. So we're a good compliment because he loves it and I don't. And so if something's spicy to me, I know it's too spicy for probably people who don't like heat, and if it's not spicy to him, it might still be spicy to me. It had a kick, but it wasn't anything crazy.
The spiciness or the hotness, if you will, ultimately it's very complimentary of the overall dish. The chicken was great on its own, the waffle was great on its own. You put those two together and I feel like it's that scene in Ratatouille where Remy's got all the colors, like when he's got his eyes closed and he's imagining. That was kind of going off in my head. Anyway, enough about that. What about your dish?
I was disappointed. I really wanted to like this dish. It was very earthy, and I'm not a big, I don't really like those earthy flavors. And turmeric was very present in this, which is not my favorite spice. The good news is, if you like turmeric, this is gonna be your jam. I could see why somebody would like it. The sunflower brittle gave a nice crunch to it. The carrot puree was really good. And when you mixed everything together, so if you've got a little bit of the puree, a little bit of the wild rice, a little bit of the cauliflower, the sunflower brittle, and you got it all on your fork, it was a good taste. It just wasn't for me, which made me sad. I really did want to like this one. I was really looking forward to it, but you know, can't like all of them, and that's okay. Something else that you can do while you're here at Flower Garden Festival is actually check out the Garden Rocks series. So it's a bunch of different bands that come and play. We're really excited because we're actually here during a band that we really like called Sound Up. And it is a cover band here in Florida, and so our trips happen to coincide with them. But you can come here and they have multiple showings throughout the day. here at Flower and Garden. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you had a wonderful time watching us go through this amazing festival, and we hope that you guys are able to come out and see everything that EPCOT has to offer.
Yeah, and if you guys could go ahead and hit that like button for us, it helps the channel out so much. Also, be sure that you subscribe to Next Stop Churro Cart. That way you are with us for this ride. We are having so much fun with these videos. Another thing we're having fun with, our Instagram, and you can find the link for that in the description below. Otherwise, thank you guys for hanging out with us over these jam-packed 2 days. Until then, though, we'll see you at the next stop.